Hey guys, welcome back to Pavalada, and welcome back to Café Enchanté. We are here with Rindo in the cafe. He started talking about his sister. Let's see what he has to say. Your younger sister, is her name Shizuku? Mr. Rindo nods to answer my question.
しずくは僕の妹とは思えないくらい真面目な女の子だね。
Mr. Rindo gazes at the coffee dripping slowly into the cup.
しずくは GPM の開発家で帝の同僚として働いてたんだ。そんな彼女があんな物言わぬ人外の姿になり果てたのは、僕が妹を、しずくを殺し損ねたからなんだ。
Oh no. I guess we get a flashback sequence. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, I'm so afraid. Oh god, Rindo. Rindo Shizuku, younger sister to Rindo Kaoru, a researcher, just like Mikado, who had worked in the GPM R&D department, researching non-humans and paranormals. She was the only one I could call family.
兄さん、今日もまた残業？
ああ、しずくか。ちょっとまたトラブルがあってさ。
そう、社食があるんだからプロテインバーなんて食べてないで夕飯ぐらいきちんと食べなさいよ。
しずくこそ開発家の連中は不規則の見本市だろ。兄さんは大事な妹が心配だよ。
Oh, so she's younger than him, so it doesn't say outright, but he calls her imoto, which means younger sister. Just like how, I don't know, I think if she was his older sister, it would be Anyue, so.
心配しなくて平気よ。アキラと毎日一緒に夕飯食べてるもの。
アキラって、あの帝アキラっていうか、名前で呼んで。どういうこと？
どういうことって、そういうことよ。じゃあ先に帰るわ。兄さんも体には気をつけて。
Oh god.
ちょっとしずく、兄さんに詳しく話を。
He found out that way that they were dating. Yikes. You see, Shizuku and Mikado, R&D were co-workers, were also seeing each other in secret. Shizuku never really relied on me much, mostly due to the age gap between us and that our parents had passed long ago. She was a perfectionist with so many secrets. So when I heard she was seeing Mikado and that they were going out, I was a bit relieved. Mikado is a unique character, but I knew he was a good guy that was capable of showing care. Before I knew it, I began spending a lot of time with those two. We had a lot of fun together. I assumed that's what our futures would resemble as well. Unfortunately, I was wrong. And just like that, everything had changed. Shizuku had done something at work that had left a stain on the GPM's records. She was researching for a method to use non-human life forces to rapidly further medical advances, but she was so obsessed with the results that she insisted on a particularly dangerous experiment. She suffered the effects of the experiment, turning her into a mindless non-human. Oh god. Wee-oo, this is your Puffalata trigger warning. So, before I get into it, I do want to say that I highly recommend watching this part just because it is Rindo's major backstory. This explains everything with his sister and what came to be. There's also a CG involved. However, I will not fault you if you do not like blood and you don't want to see suffering and stuff like that. Please skip to the time shown on the screen. the CG has blood in it as well, so if you're really not comfortable with that kind of stuff, I will definitely not fault you for that. We will be talking about it multiple times throughout his route, I'm sure, since it's just such a big plot point. And the game, I'm sure, will also flash back to it a lot. So don't worry, if you can't watch it, don't watch it. And for those of you who are going to be watching it, just, oh, God. Oh. Oh, Lord, what the fuck is that? Those are hands? Oh. R.I.P. Shizuku went on a rampage. She attacked the employees and sucked their bodies dry of blood. She was so dangerous that the GPM immediately categorized her as a Type 3, doomed for extermination. Back then, I was working in the intelligence division and was ordered to stop her. I was able to corner her and was just about to deal the final blow. Oh, picture get? Oh my god, it is picture get. Maybe it was the adrenaline from fighting. Maybe it was the fear of my own mortality. Or maybe it was the painful reality of having to kill the only person I could call family. My arm was shaking relentlessly. With every bit of strength left in me. Oh, picture get. Oh no, Rindo. I aimed my gun at Shizuku. Pull the trigger and be done with it. A human turned non-human can't be saved. I knew that well enough. That's why I couldn't let her suffer any longer. I knew that.
Shizuku.
She was the last of my family.
ごめんな。
She was my perfect younger sister. My finger trembled. I have to kill her. I slowly pull the...
待ってくれ、リンド。
帝。
彼女、雫を殺さないでくれ。殺さずとも方法はある。
That's not possible. I should tell him off and get this over with. I knew I was calm at that point, but I still wanted to hear Mikado out and find a solution.
どうするつもりなんだ。
人外の細胞を不活性化する薬剤。まだ研究途中の試作品だが、元通りとはいかずともきっと少なくとも凶暴性を抑えることはできるはずだ。それに何より彼女はそう貴重なサンプルにもなりうる。だからどうか雫を殺さないでくれ。
Mikado's place made him look like a researcher who was genuinely concerned with saving her in the interest of science. But I knew how he truly felt deep inside. I knew how much he loved Shizuku. Even if she was a non-human, even if she couldn't be reverted, he wanted her to live. Mikado's feelings were pure and simple. That's really sad. I feel so bad for Rindo. Oh my god. I also feel bad for Mikado. Good god.
GPM に多大な貢献をしてきた開発課課長帝の意見は受け入れられ、雫は人外として厳重に拘束された。それから帝が開発した薬を投与。雫は半ば活動停止状態にある形態。Kuu-chan となったんだ。
Oh my god. Her name is Kuu because her name is Shizuku and they just shortened it to Kuu. Oh my god.
植生として人の血をする必要があるが、それも帝が提供することによって現在の形に落ち着くことになった。 これが僕の妹のすべて。人間が人外になったあらましさ。
That's so sad. I try my best to digest everything at once, but I can't come up with the right words to say. So, what I saw back at the GPM...
雫の食事風景だね。
Mr. Rindo puts on a warm and gentle smile, seeing my eyes widen in awe. It was like he finally found solace in it. And that smile again. A sharp pain surges through my heart seeing it. Mr. Rindo smiles like that a lot. A kind and gentle smile like any other. A smile that would make any girl swoon. It never really bothered me before, but now I finally notice. Mr. Rindo must use that smile when he's trying to hide his true feelings. His sorrow, his suffering, or maybe it's to show that he's given up. He smiles like that to push his feelings and thoughts deep inside, in order to prevent others from taking notice.
帝が血を与えたのを見たとき、君は空恐ろしいものを感じただろう。でも、雫にとって人の血をすすることは、人間にとっての呼吸や食事と同じ。あれは彼女なりの生き方に過ぎない。おぞましくとも当たり前の、そんな出来事なんだよ。人外にとっては当たり前のことでも、人間にとっては異常なこと。本来なら誰を恨むべきでもない、常識の違いから来る不幸なすれ違い。でもそれが人間と人外の致命的な食い違いなんだ。今や僕の妹は人間の血をすすらなければ生きられない体で、そのために帝は進んで血を捧げている。
God, Mikado's just doing daily blood donations. Good God.
だけど雫はもう答えることも笑うこともない。言葉を理解する素振りさえない。物を言わない。ただの第二種人外。これが7年前の事件の救いのない結末だよ。
God, that was kind of recent. He lets out a heavy sigh. Mr. Rindo turns his eyes away from me. Silence comes up upon the cafe again. His story is so far-fetched that I can't fathom how it could be true, which is why no matter what I try to say to him, I'm sure it will come across as a petty condolence to him. Our relationship isn't strong enough for me to digest and accept his dark past. And to think I was trying to find a way to do something for him, I was so out of my own league.
聞いて楽しい話じゃなかったよね。
But as Mr. Rindo, thank you so very much for sharing your story with me. As the owner of Café Enchanté and as someone who calls non-humans her friends, the least I could do was listen to what he had to say. I can't let his story stop me. I recall what the king of the non-humans, a patron of this cafe, had told me. I decide to get myself involved further. I think I finally know you a bit better, Mr. Rindo. You were trying to warn me of the dangers of human and non-human relationships because of your younger sister's fate.
ああ、そうだよ。
Mr. Rindo nods and chuckles a bit in self-scorn. It was as if he hated his very existence.
けど、妹のことだけじゃない。言ったように僕は数多くの人間と人外を見てきた。友人、恋人、家族になった組み合わせも。だけど、その多くは悲劇で終わる。人と人外の違いは必ず歪みとして出る。よくある昔話みたいにね。
Princess Kaguya returning to the moon, the Snow Queen turning her love into ice, the Little Mermaid turning into foam.
きっと人間と人外は本来交わるべきではなかったんだ。
Oh, so they're saying that all those stories were actually like true stories about human and non-human relationships. Yikes. The only response I could offer him seeing his sorrow-filled eyes was... If I say you're probably right, I'm gonna send him into depression. I'm gonna say I don't think so, because, God, yeah, we don't want to make him depressed. I remained silent for a bit. I try my best to pick my words carefully to explain my honest thoughts. I don't think so. A simple disagreement to start with. I'm not really sure what I say is something that I should tell Mr. Rindo, but tragedy is just one side of the relationship. Not all relationships between humans and non-humans end in tragedy. First and foremost, tragedy and heartaches occur in human relationships too. History proves that very clearly.
だけど
This cafe and the gate brought many of them into my life. I cut off Mr. Rindo's response before he has a chance to finish it. Monsieur, Canis, Il, Ignace, they brought fun and joy into my mundane, stressful life. And it brought you to me, Mr. Rindo. Human and non-human relationships aren't filled with tragedy. My very existence in Enchanté is proof of that. I look straight into Mr. Rindo's eyes to show how serious I am. Suddenly, he begins to laugh.
確かに君の言うことももっともだ。
Then, this time, he intervenes and begins to speak before I could finish my thought.
でもね、やっぱりそれはただの一例。悲劇があることは変わりないんだ。とはいえ、君の考えを否定しようとは思わない。君はそのままでいいんだよ。
Yes. I look down. I realize I was supposed to brew coffee with the water in the dripper, feeling more like lukewarm than hot in my hands. The damp grinds are completely dry now, and trying to make coffee with it would guarantee some bitter brew. I'm so sorry. I forgot to brew the coffee. I'll make the cafe au lait right away, so if you'll please wait.
ね、琴音ちゃん。
I look up upon hearing my name, only to find Mr. Rindo's face inches from mine. Oh my god! He's leaning against the counter towards me. I feel so nervous with how close he is to me. God. Yeah, imagine if you turned away and then you turn around and someone's face is like right there. I probably would have slapped him. I think I would have been like, oh god. And not even as like not because it's him, but more so because I would be so scared of having someone's face that close to me. Could have been anybody. He has himself bent forward so that his face is on the same level as mine. I think this is the first time I noticed his eyes were so clear and beautiful. What is it? My mind is starting to get hazy from the situation, so I look away to prepare the coffee when...
一つ答えてもらえるかな。僕のこと好きかい？
God, you can't ask that question so straightforwardly. Oh god, oh god. Excuse me? Where did that come from? I look at Mr. Rindo and he doesn't seem to think his question is funny at all. His stern face and eyes are preventing me from looking away.
直感でいいんだ。二択で答えて。
Oh god. When he said like, he meant as a human, right? I mean, not as a male, right? If so, oh god, well, you have to say yes. You can't say no. God, this is so awkward. Oh my god, Rindo. Well, I appreciate the...
つまり二択で言うと？
I try to change the subject, but he brings me back by simply asking me to reply one or the other. I guess you could say it's a yes.
そっか。嬉しいな。じゃあ、ついでにもう一つ。ミシェルとかカヌスとか、ジョーレンズと比べたら、どっ
Alright.
ちが好きかな。
You can't. Oh. Ah. There he goes again. My lips purse as I begin to pout over the question. It's not nice to compare which one I like over the other. What in the world is this all about? Is there a reason why you're asking me this? I glare at Mr. Rindo from close range and speak my mind.
特に意味はないよ。ただ僕が一番なら嬉しいな。
You evil son of a bitch. I'm going to seriously get angry.
ごめん。
He doesn't know how anxious I was with his questioning. Like, how can I compare Mizir or Kanas and everyone else among each other when they're all loyal patrons here? Despite the various relationships bonding us all together, I'm the owner and they are my customers. In particular, Mizir and Mr. Rindo are strangely similar to each other. Both of them treat me like a kid and are overly protective of me. Then again, one of them is a king who's more than 1,000 years old.
琴音ちゃん。
What is it now? I better not hear another weird question from you. It's not easy finding a response when your questions aren't...
今度二人きりでデートしよ
What? Huh? Rindo! You can't... Oh my god. Wait. What? I can't. God. Like, it goes from so depressing to him being like this. Like, Rindo, please, God. And so, without much I could say, Mr. Rindo went ahead and set a date. I see Mr. Rindo off as he tells me he's going to meet me here for our date. I replay in my head what he said to me earlier and try to make sense of it. Let's go out on a date. Just the thought of it is making me blush. What was Mr. Rindo thinking asking me out on a date like this? It was all so sudden. Going out with someone isn't that unusual. I've gone out with Mizir, Kanas, Il, and Ignis plenty of times. So I've pretty much gone out with the Enchanté regulars before. But this is a real date, right? At least I got the impression that he was serious about this when he asked. In any case, I better close up shop already. And we're gonna stop here. What the fuck, Rindo? You can't. Oh my god, he literally... I feel like it's just because he's like an older guy that they're like, all right, we gotta make him as like flirtatious as possible, but also like very smooth. Because that was like the smoothest way of doing it. Like, I don't know. I feel like, oh, Rindo, God. And also, I forget how old Colton is. She's 18 and he's like 40. He like just turned 40. I don't know. Like, I try not to be too judgmental of age gaps, and I feel like the thing is with age gaps is that as you get older, it's like less noticeable. So like, if Colton was like 30 and he was like whatever age he is, like it would not be as bad. Like, or if she was like late 20s, it wouldn't be as bad. But because she's 18, it's like, okay, you just turned from like a minor age. I don't know. Is she 18? Maybe she's 21. Even at 21 though, that's still young. Like, I don't know how to feel. I'm a little like, she even says like, oh, he treats me like a kid a lot and stuff like that. So I feel like, is this okay? I don't know. It's not kosher, that's for sure. So we're gonna find out next episode if we go on a date with him and if things go well. Yikes.